Hello everyone, this is Dr. Arindam Chattopadhyay again, also known as Dr. Chat. And as you know, I'm one of the family medicine or general practice training, currently training in the east of England. And in this video today, I would like to discuss what you should expect and what you're expected to do when you're shadowing, when you start your first job in the NHS. So getting started in the NHS, obviously, congratulations on securing a job. And starting off in the NHS can be quite overwhelming. There might be a lot of questions going on through your mind as to what to expect and what sort of support you might require. By this time, you should have already talked to your HR and they should have clarified what is the duration of your shadowing period. I remember when I started back in 2020 in the NHS, I was given a shadowing period of a total of 4 weeks, and in this period I could maximize my learning and getting used to all the different systems within the NHS. So hopefully my tips in this video will help you and help you get started within the NHS. So whenever you get started within the NHS, there are basically 3 things you need to be concentrating on during your shadowing period. First important thing would be to get your IT login sorted. They are, and basically learning all the different softwares and IT resources that are being used in your particular department and specialty. I remember when I started working in stroke medicine, there were different softwares for doing discharge summaries, different softwares for some trusts use different softwares for prescribing, requesting blood tests, looking at observations. It would be worth shadowing either your registrar or another one of your colleagues, SHOs, to see what you might want to learn and how to request blood tests and getting used to the IT logins and how to use various softwares. So that is the first thing that you need to do. The second thing that I would like to mention is obviously whenever you need to shadow obviously the ward rounds. So when I started working in the NHS, the first week, obviously the first thing that I did was to basically shadow the consultants and registrars and the whole team when they used to go around for ward rounds and seeing all the patients. So obviously looking at the way that other SHOs are documenting what needs to be documented and obviously how they are kind of interacting with the patients. All these things need to be considered, and basically trying to upgrade your skills and there are certain important things that you need to remember. Getting tips from your registrar, obviously have a chat with them, have a chat with your other SHOs to see what they do during a ward round and what is expected from you. The third thing that I would mention here is that you need to shadow on-calls. Now, on-calls in the NHS, especially in medicine, can be of 2 types. First thing that I would that is usually done is the medical on-call take. By that I mean you're admitting different patients within the into your department who have been referred either from A&E or from general practitioners into secondary care, and they are looking at what needs to be done, like whether they need admission or whether they can be safely discharged home with advice. Whatever is the case, you need to obviously shadow your colleagues, especially if you're an SHO, obviously you would be shadowing your colleague SHO. If you're a registrar, obviously shadowing your registrar colleague, and getting started that way. The second thing that second type of shift that they have got is the ward cover shift, where you'll be carrying around a bleep where they will be calling you to different wards, and you should learn how to respond to these calls. There might be requests for prescribing certain medications for different patients, and these things, or basically they might call you in, okay, this patient is deteriorating, what you might want us to do in the meantime, or could you please come and see this patient. So these kind of requests is basically for ward cover, where you are basically in charge for either one ward or a group of wards within your specialty. So these are the two types of on-call shifts that you would be expected to do, and it would be worth shadowing your on-call SHO or registrar and trying to get the hang of how they clock patients in during the medical take, and obviously how they do ward cover. So it's worth shadowing them and seeing how they work and how they are assessing patients, what is their management plan, things like that. These are the three things that you should be concentrating on. Just to summarize, first thing, obviously, getting to know the logins and how to use different softwares. Second thing, obviously, documentation during ward round. Third thing, obviously, shadowing the on-call shifts. As I've explained, there are two types of shifts, and obviously whenever you're just shadowing, you're not expected to do much, although they might ask you to do different tasks like filling out different forms and things. That's absolutely fine. And another point that I wanted to mention was, it's absolutely, take it easy. You're just getting started in the NHS. It's expected that you make some mistakes, as long as they're not too major. And whenever you're not sure, always ask for help. Doesn't matter whom you ask for help for. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. You can ask help from nurses, could be other health professionals like physiotherapists, occupational therapists, your other colleagues like SHOs, consultants, registrars, whoever. Whenever you're not sure about something that you're doing, always ask questions. It's an opportunity for you to learn and basically grow, so that we can all provide, and everybody's there to provide a service for our patients. We should have obviously have our patients' best interests at heart, and nobody will ideally, they should not say no whenever you're trying to ask for any help. I have never had any instances where I have asked for help and they haven't helped me. So always ask, and whenever you're not sure, escalate it to your registrar, consultant, whoever you can see around. And most importantly, be a safe doctor, be a safe health professional, and you'll be absolutely fine. So with that, I'll leave you, and I'll see you in my next video. I really hope that has helped. Thank you for watching.